1. Hey guys, it's Old Man G here, back again with another video for Red Devil Studio, and it's Premier League fans live, Red Devil Studio live. We're joined again by Liverpool fans, Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans and United fans, and we're here to basically just preview this upcoming Premier League season. So we're just going to go quick introductions first, just so that everyone's aware of who's here, and then we'll get started into questions. Please get posted in the comments, get part of the chat. We really appreciate everyone getting involved. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can have a good show. So without further ado, we'll just go around.
Yep. How's everybody going? Sorry, I was just keeping one eye on the match. Yeah, my name's Shawnee J, or Famincho, which is my YouTube channel. I'm a Liverpool fan.
Hello everyone, my name is OJ, I'm a Chelsea fan.
Hi there, it's Mustafa, representing the Red Devils, you know. Come on, United!
Hey guys, how's everyone doing? This is Ahmed, lifetime Arsenal fan.
Okay, Hayden, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, hello.
Cool, hey, cool, you're live. Okay, so just introduce yourself to everyone.
Right, I'm Hayden, and I'm today's Sunderland fan. I've got a YouTube channel for myself, and I basically just do football videos on there, FIFA career mode, just that sort of thing. Cool,
awesome. Okay, so that's all of us. So we're basically just going to go around. Well, okay, where are we going to start? Okay, we'll start with, we'll start with transfer reactions. That's what we're going to start with. So go for it, Sean. How do you think Liverpool's transfer reaction, what you react, how are you reacting to that?
It's not really too much to react to be completely honest. Like, we had Van der Berg, who seems like a really good young lad, really good signing. He's a really tall lad. He seems to be really comfortable on the ball. So apart from that, not really much has happened. I mean, we've let go more people than we've had come in. So the reaction is just more of the same this season, I think. I think we could have done with another striker if, like, Mane's tired today, so Origi's in his place. But say, like, Origi gets injured, who do we bring on? You know, it's kind of like, so it would have been nice to have somebody else there that might be able to have some sort of replacement, but yeah.
Well, I think it's popular knowledge that Chelsea had a transfer ban, so we could not sign anyone. But although actually we completed the permanent signing of Kovacic, and we brought Pulisic in also. Yeah. How will I rate? Well, I'm pretty glad. First, I'm pretty glad, especially for selling David Luiz. I'm very happy that happened. I'm really happy that happened. A calamity off my back, which is good. So yeah, I rate transfer period 7/10. I mean, losing Hazard was horrible, but losing David Luiz was awesome. So yeah, there we go, 7/10.
I think, oh man, G, it's a bit hit and miss for Man United. We finally addressed the defensive issues that we've had since Vidic and Ferdinand left. It's long overdue. I mean, what do we have to do? Like, Smalling and Jones have been stealing a living for the past 5-6 years. Yeah. Daylight robbery. We finally got a right back as well. I mean, I'm happy Wan-Bissaka has come in, but I'm more happy that Ashley Young has hit the bench. Okay. But we've created some more problems. We knew Herrera was leaving. We've sold Lukaku. Yeah. We now have a void in midfield and a void up front as well. Are we going to depend on Mason Greenwood, 17-year-old, for the rest of the season? Yeah. Fred, I'm hoping he can step up. Matic, she's getting old now. He's barely mobile, isn't he? Yeah. Scott McTominay, I think he's got prospects, but I don't think he's the player to fill in this season. We needed to sign a central midfielder. I think up front we could have sorted something out. Martial could play up front. Rashford can play up front. But I feel like central midfield is going to be an issue for us. Yeah,
no, I agree. And lastly, our resident Arsenal fan, who probably has quite a lot to say about his transfer window. So we'll get to you, Hayden, as well, man.
Well, this has been by far, I think, in my memory, this has been the best transfer window that we've had in a really long time. first off, that we signed Pepe, and I know there were loads of clubs who are interested in him, and we managed to get him, despite us having a reported £45 million pound budget at the beginning of the transfer season. That was a good smokescreen by the new recruitment team. I was very impressed by that. Managed to get a bit of the prices a bit lower.
Okay.
So I'm very excited by Pepe's signing.
Okay.
I think we needed someone in that right side of attack.
Okay.
Creative, a dribbler. We didn't really have that. We had Iwobi, and he wasn't all that hoop.
And you still have Mkhitaryan in your side. People haven't talked about him.
Well, it's disappointing that he's still there. I would have rather sold him than get rid of Iwobi.
Okay.
But you can't have it all.
We'll give you Sanchez back.
Saliba, the 18-year-old French guy who we signed from Saint-Etienne, loaned straight back. He seems like a really good signing.
Okay.
But we won't be seeing any of him this year. It'll be next year.
Okay.
David Luiz, I know I wasn't very excited about that. I was hoping we'd get a more marquee signing for our defence. But to be completely honest, he's better than any of our centre-back options at the minute.
Fine.
Maybe on par with Socrates, I'd say.
Okay. Fine.
So I think overall he improves our defence. Okay. Especially given Koscielny would have been injured half the season.
Fine. Who now has... speaking about Koscielny, we'll just make a side point. How did you feel when you saw Koscielny sign for Bordeaux and basically have an Arsenal top and then basically reveal the Bordeaux top underneath? How did that make you feel as an Arsenal fan, a legend of the club supposedly, basically implying that he was secretly loved Bordeaux all this time? How did you feel about that personally? Please tell us.
I felt more indifferent than I thought I would, given his contributions weren't that immense, given his injuries over the past few seasons. And it's a good thing that he's left, I think, because that allowed us to get a defender in. But David Luiz wouldn't have been my first choice. We tried going for other names, but...
okay.
Now, the other signing that I'm excited by, it's a loan signing, so it's not a permanent thing, but it's Dani Ceballos in midfield.
Okay, fine, okay.
I feel since the days of Santi Cazorla, we've not had that sort of midfielder who gets the ball in tight spaces and weaves out of the midfield and creates something. Okay. So I'm very excited by that.
Okay.
And Ozil's looked good in pre-season.
Okay, but you know what's going to happen to Ozil. It's like every single season, you know. So it's like Ozil will come good. Ozil will come good.
Well,
you know.
Given how we felt at the beginning of the transfer window, I'm very excited about this season.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
Hayden, obviously, I know that Sunderland aren't in the Premier League, but would you say that Sunderland are prepared for this coming season?
I would say this season it's a matter of fact we have to get promoted because, you know, it was bad enough being in there in the first place, but then not to get promoted them was like, it wasn't the best. So I think this season is more just like setting ourselves up for promotion. And you know, I think we've brought in the right players to do that. We've brought in terms of positions that we needed to fill, I think we've done that. We lost our secondary goalkeeper at the end of last season, and we brought in a experienced League One player, a League One goalkeeper who I think should be able to fill in for John McLaughlin in case he does get injured.
Okay.
We brought in George Dobson from Warsaw, and from what I've heard, he's a very good player. Obviously, he was relegated with Warsaw last season, but one of their standout players, and I mean to be captain at 21 is unbelievable. Okay. And I think if we nurture him in the right way, I think he will go on to be a very good player.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so yeah, I think that's just a brief summary about everyone's transfer reaction. Obviously, guys, you've already heard my reaction yesterday in that video to essentially what I thought was not a complete disaster, but a partial disaster with what was going on. But I appreciate that, especially with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference, that he's come across as being positive. He wants us to be positive as United fans, and I feel it's appropriate. You still here? Yeah, we're still here.
It's just connecting.
It's just connecting. Okay, cool. Just as a shout out, please like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. We do have a Red Devil Studio Fantasy Premier League, which would be great for you guys to join. There's free competition. winner of the Premier League will win a Manchester United 2019-2020 shirt. So please stay tuned for that as well. We'll get Aiden back. He's just gone. So we talk about transfer reactions. Let's talk briefly about expectations. Go ahead. Aiden's back. There we go. You back, mate? Aiden?
It still says connecting.
It's still connecting. Okay, we'll wait for him to get back. Okay. Moving on. What are your, just going round again, what are your expectations? We'll just be free-summing about what your expectations are for this upcoming season again. And then once you've done that, talk about your predicted top 4.
Okay. Yes, I think it's just more of the same. I think there's going to be more challenges this year. Probably Devil Studio doesn't really want to hear this, but I don't think Man United will be challenging for the top spot.
Well, you talk about Liverpool first. Yeah. We'll get to United. You know, you just focus on what your expectations for Liverpool are.
So yeah, the expectations for Liverpool is just more of the same. I don't know. I wouldn't know what to say to the lads in the dressing room. It's like, what do you say? Like, don't lose the game. Like, you know, it's just we had a great season last season. Just if we repeat that, we're in with every chance of winning it. So like I would, my expectations just challenging for the top spot. But the top 4 have reinforced, so I'd imagine it's going to be a really good season for the neutral.
Okay.
So yeah, just more of the same from the Liverpool side.
Okay. Chelsea.
Who are your top 4 though?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Top 4. Oh yeah, top 4.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was apologising because I think it's probably going to be Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham. And it's going to be between Arsenal and Chelsea. I think going for that 4th spot.
So United not there at all.
I don't think so. No, like I think it's going to be tough for United to challenge them top 4 teams there.
Okay, right. OJ, Chelsea expectations and then top 4 prediction.
I don't expect much from Chelsea this season, to be frank.
Okay.
Finishing in top 4 for me would be a miracle, a really big miracle. Because we've got Frank Lampard as our manager. Come on, he was a top midfielder, yeah, but like he's got only 1 year experience as a manager, and then he's got a shaky defense. I mean, from preseason, we see that Chelsea's defense is not great. We haven't got a 20 goal a season striker. We haven't got wingers we've only got probably 2 wingers that create a lot of opportunities. Although we've got goal scoring midfielders though. We've got Barkley, we've got Mason Mount. But all in all, it seems to me that it will be an underwhelming season. I mean, coupled with the transfer ban and whatnot.
You signed Pulisic though.
Pulisic is not. Pulisic is young though. He's 20, so. I think it's one for the future, really. Even though he's had, I think, three good seasons under his belt. But I mean, if he's creating goals and no one is scoring, I mean, come on. So I don't expect much from Chelsea this season, really. I think we'll finish in 5th. Yeah, that's it, really.
And who are the top 4?
Top 4 will be. Excuse me. My top 4 will be. Man City on top, Liverpool 2nd, Tottenham 3rd. I'm not sure who's going to be 4th between Manchester United and Arsenal. Arsenal has done good business, but I don't really trust Unai Emery with that squad. But I think Manchester United. I think Martial will have 20 goals this season. So yeah, I think. Man will be 4th, really.
Man will be 4th. So Chelsea not even reaching out to top 4, you think?
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay, fair enough. Oh hey, CEO time. Appreciate it. Yo. Good shout out. Thanks. Mustafa.
Honestly, it's a bit of a difficult one to really describe with Man United. I feel like in terms of football, we're going to see more attractive football this year, hopefully. The way we've been playing pre-season, we've been pressing. Our football's a bit more direct. Solskjaer's finally had a full pre-season to try and get players to understand the style of football he wants them to play, because towards the end of last season it just looked like no one knew what they were doing. We had the front three pressing, the rest of the team sitting back. It was poor communication amongst the players on the pitch, and poor communication from the coaches to the actual players themselves. I'm a bit concerned. I feel like we don't have the quality in our squad to really compete with the top teams. Like if you look at City, you look at Liverpool. I hate to say it because they're our biggest rivals, but look at some of the players they've got. Man.
Well, we know what the score is in Liverpool right now, so.
I know, honestly. But I can see us struggling against a team like this, against Norwich. Maybe nicking a 1-0 or a 2-1 victory. I mean, I think the best signing we've made this year is not just Harry Maguire. I think he's going to have an impact. But I think Wan-Bissaka is the guy. This guy is this. Bro, if you've seen Wan-Bissaka, if I'm a winger and I see Wan-Bissaka, I'll be asking to play on the other flank. Because this, you just kind of get past him. When was the last time you saw someone cross the ball in front of Wan-Bissaka? Never, because it hasn't happened before.
I can't see Pulisic doing number one.
Nah, this guy is so good. And he's got these long legs as well, so when you think you're past him, he just slide tackles you from behind and gets the ball.
Spider-Man, they call him.
Yeah, he's strong, he's persistent, he's quick, and he tackles as well. He's not the same as the modern wing backs nowadays, because modern wing backs are such attacking players, but he's got that strong defensive element that you don't find with modern day fullbacks anymore, or especially with ours. I mean, we had Valencia and Ashley Young, and then Shaw's just recently started making an appearance. But to wrap it up, in terms of expectations, I feel like we should be pushing for top 4.
We should be pushing for top 4, okay?
I'm in a state of mind where I want to be optimistic, but every time we've done that the past few seasons, we've been dragged back down to reality.
Okay, fine.
So I think it's going to be similar to last season. It's not going to be who deserves top 4, but it's going to be who's the least worst out of 3 teams, basically.
Okay, fine.
And I'm hoping this time it's going to be us. I mean, we need.
So what is yours? Bring them down. What is your? You've got to commit to. What is your top 4 prediction for this season? Top 4.
I'm gonna say City are gonna win it again.
Okay.
Liverpool don't have enough squad depth to compete with City. Liverpool, they don't. It's a fact. Liverpool needed to spend this season adding to their squad depth. Their starting 11 is just as good as anyone else. No. They needed to sign.
You could argue Gomez and Oxlade-Chamberlain, who were out injured for most of the season, have come back. So that's why you've got a very good defender that's back and an attacking midfielder.
Let me ask you a question. Van Dijk gets injured. Who's going to replace him?
Matip.
Are you joking? Are you actually serious? Robson gets injured. Who's going to replace him? Salah or Mane get injured. Who's going to replace them? Right now,
you're talking about a team where Divock Origi scored 2 goals against Barcelona at Anfield.
Yeah, and he's on good form, but he's a decent player. He's not like Salah and Mane. Let's be honest, seriously. This was the opportunity for Liverpool. They reached the pinnacle. They got to the top. This was their chance to reinforce their squad with squad depth. You know, when we come to the end of the season, I mean, look, Salah.
Oh, Team Tagagli 2, hey, 3-0 Liverpool. Yes, I'm aware of that fact.
Look, oh man, G, look. Mane, Salah, Firmino have all played all season. I'm telling you now, this Liverpool squad's going to burn out towards the end of the season. And I still think they'll finish second. But this was their chance to close the gap on City in the league. And they flopped it big time.
The only thing I'll say, and it's interesting debate, the only thing I'll say to that, I think what the issue with City for me is that I'm still not convinced with their defence. City's defence. Because with Vincent Kompany gone, Laporte is okay, although he does take a bit of a knock. You can't tell me that John Stones and Otamendi is a defence that people be afraid about. Superior to Van Dijk, and Gomez.
But they're not. But here's what you got to understand. Look at the 2 different styles of football they play. City defend as a team. Liverpool defend as individuals. Liverpool press as a team.
Who lost more games last season though? City lost more games last season. Liverpool only lost to Manchester City last season.
But who won the league?
By one. That's true. That's true. That's true.
That's the point.
That's true.
Let me tell you this. The way City play.
But who won the Champions League?
City could, if it wasn't for VAR, this would be a completely different conversation right now. If it wasn't for VAR against Tottenham, this would be a completely different conversation. But we'll give Liverpool credit.
Actually, I'm a United fan. Why am I defending Liverpool?
I know, but listen.
I just think that
Let me tell you this. Yeah. City, the way they defend is the whole team defends. They close off the centre and they close the channels to passes and they suffocate teams and make them feel they can't play. Liverpool suffocate teams by pressing them. Now Liverpool, when they press and they win the ball, they have like 5, 6, 7 people going forward. And then they leave Van Dijk and a defender or two back to protect for the counter. City defend as a whole team, as a whole unit. If Van Dijk gets injured, are you really going to trust Matip to sit in that role where the whole team presses? And then if they get caught on a counter-attack, someone like Matip's going to do that. Are you joking? I hate Liverpool more than anyone, but Van Dijk is irreplaceable, man. He's irreplaceable. You had to sign another centre-back. Literally, like someone just on par with Van Dijk to partner him and to even carry the team when he's not around.
Fair enough. Ahmed, Arsenal, so expectations, top 4 prediction.
So I'm very excited about the additions that we've made. We've had glaring holes in our squad for quite a few years now. Hopefully with the young Scottish like Tierney, we're going to solve our left-back issues. I know I love that boy. Yeah, he's really great.
Football manager, though.
And with the additions to our midfield, they're good. We've lost Aaron Ramsey, which I think was very influential. Probably our most influential midfielder, and we've lost him. So hopefully Ceballos will make some ground to trying to cover that loss.
Okay.
So on the whole, I think we've made strides, but I'll echo the sentiments from our Chelsea fan that I don't think Unai Emery's still not convinced me that he's absolutely the right person for this job.
Okay.
Last season he tinkered way too much with the squad.
Okay.
To the point where I thought our end of season slump was actually due to the tinkering.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And I don't agree with our United fan about Liverpool's squad being that inferior to City's.
Okay.
I think actually, if anything, Liverpool were to me the better team last season.
I said in terms of squad depth, I didn't say starting 11. If they go for it,
they lost by a single point.
I know, but this is it. Now your main players have played all summer, and you're coming to start a new season.
How are you gonna get good players to stay on the bench? That's the problem that
but
they face.
That's one thing City have got bang on. They got Sané on the bench.
Sané's disgruntled now.
Listen, City's whole first 11 can get injured, and they could put a second team up just as strong.
As an update,
Liverpool can't do that.
So as an update on Sané's actually out for 7 months. So that's tough for
City.
I
was talking about like for instance last season you'd have Sané as a sub. Like as a super sub, he'd come on after the team's tired. You bring him on, and he just runs riot. I know it's a real shame actually that Sané's injured because he's a really really exciting player. And so it's a real bummer just for a Liverpool fan to see someone like Sané being injured and not being out. Yeah.
Also, it looks like Alisson, your keeper, is injured as well.
Yeah. He got injured during the goal kick. So. Adrian.
So everyone's getting injured.
Yeah.
So now the former West Ham keeper is now on goal for Liverpool. So interesting, very very interesting.
Just quickly as well, I'm glad Mignolet's not coming in.
So Arsenal to finish off.
So I think Tottenham.
And we'll come to you, Hayden.
Tottenham have bought really really well. So I think the top 3 teams for me are going to be City or Liverpool. Let's say City, Liverpool. You get Tottenham after that.
So as an Arsenal fan, you can happily say that Spurs will finish ahead of you again.
Yes.
You can say that hand on heart.
Tottenham have recruited very well, I think. And I think they'll be the third best team in the country.
Okay.
That's heavy.
4th, I think Chelsea, if they hadn't lost Hazard, I would have thought they'd easily come 4th. But I'm actually putting my money on us this season.
Okay.
On coming 4th.
Okay.
With United 6th.
So United are going to finish 6th place?
Yes.
Okay. Hayden, so your just quick expectations for Sunderland this season and then predicted top 4 in the Premier League?
As I said before, this season, I mean, it's a we have to get out of League One because, sooner rather than later, if we aren't already, we are like one of the English laughing stocks of the century, basically. So I'd say this season we're just focusing on getting out of League One and up into the Championship. And as of the Premier League, I would go Man City first, purely because of their squad depth. They've got quality players that could replace the likes of Aguero. They've got Gabriel Jesus, who is a very talented player. I would then say Liverpool, who, like, in past seasons, they've pushed Man City all the way, but again, I think they will just come short. I would then say Tottenham third, because, like OJ said before, they're coming together as like a very good team. They've got good squad unity, and I think they will be good challengers. And then in fourth place, which is always hard to predict, I would probably go for Arsenal, because I think this transfer window, they've done very well. I mean, they've brought in quality players who I think will help them this season, but then again, I don't think they've got the quality to compete with the teams such as Man City and Liverpool. So I think fourth place is a respectable finish for them.
Fair enough. Good analysis there. Appreciate it. For sure. Stuff you want to come in there.
On this Arsenal finishing fourth thing. As I said before, it's just going to be a matter of which team is not. Like, there's three crap teams, and it's the lesser of the three evils here.
So we're sighing because Liverpool scored another goal on the United channel. It's 4-0 before the halftime. It's bad for Norwich. It's bad for United if you're hearing us. Because it's
bad for everybody.
It's bad for everybody, actually. So, like, Liverpool are trying to get ahead of the goal difference thing. They're trying to sort of, so squad depth. Go on.
Just say, I'm not going to be surprised if Spurs finish second this season and Liverpool finish third. I know it sounds far-fetched to everyone. We all know Man City are going to win this league. Like, as a Man United,
they are 4-0 ahead right just now.
But this is one game at the beginning of the season against Norwich, who are newly promoted and have no Premier League experience recently.
Yeah. Okay.
I will say though, we did it last season, and now we have more players. So like we've got Oxback,
and Alisson's just gone off injured.
Yeah, I mean. That's why we've got a quality. I actually thought he's good.
I think he's good.
Yeah. So like I don't know how long he's going to be out for. He's got an ankle injury. So like
I think he'll push City all the way.
I think so. I think I don't think anyone else can.
No.
I think it's just Liverpool. I think
100%. I think Spurs will close the gap.
Spurs will. Yeah, Spurs have done really good business this
Here's what I have to ask you this question: if Poch can do what he did with Spurs last season without signing a player, now that he's actually signed a few players and strengthened a few positions, central midfield.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough, yeah.
It's gonna be very tough.
That's what I was saying, yeah.
But the only issue with Tottenham, I feel, is they still need another winger.
Yeah.
I feel like they're heavily dependent on Son.
Yeah.
I feel like he's a tremendous player.
Yeah,
but
Son's fantastic, yeah.
But he's not consistent enough to do it all season for me. He's kind of like Martial, but just a better version, to be honest. Where he has a spell where he's just scoring game after game, and then he goes missing for 5, 6, 7 games.
Sure, yeah.
And then there's Lucas Moura as well. But people have to remember, when you're playing in the Premier League and the Champions League and the FA Cup and all the other cups that we've got, you're playing a minimum of 50 games a season, you'd like to think. This is why teams need squad depth. Guardiola has managed to understand that from an early age. He's signed 5 or 6 fullbacks alone.
I mean,
but
also it's money as well. Like he's been given the money. They've been able to sort of say, right, you go, that's fine, etc. So you've got to take in fact that as much as I hate this as a United fan, Liverpool have not spent in terms of what they've sold in terms of nets, because people forget they sold Coutinho for 150 something plus million, and they used that money to buy Van Dijk and their keeper. So we'd argue it's negligible. So they've been able to strengthen their squad with nothing, at the same time as promoting youth in Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold, who were.
And I think they have an excellent. Klopp, they have an excellent motivator. You think they become European champions? A lot of teams would rest on their laurels after that. I don't think Liverpool will with him.
Klopp is the difference. He's been the difference since he's been. You can tell. I mean, Brendan Rodgers hasn't been there. He had a cracking season, but once again, you could tell that that it wasn't. It felt plastic. Klopp seems like It just Klopp seems like he's put the heart into them, and there's like sort of blood flow there. There's fluidity and just
Klopp is proven. The players respect him, and people, even the fans, they thrive off his passion. You can see the passion.
Yeah.
And this is one thing that really irritated me with Mourinho last season. He'd be usually tuned in, and he'd be sat sulking in his chair. Go scream at your players. Celebrate with your players.
Yeah,
you have to be professional and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it's football, man.
Yeah. Which is strange for Mourinho because he was always a very, very passionate manager, wasn't he?
He was, but media changed him, man.
It's possibly the media. It's possibly maybe. Let's be honest. Maybe seeing what they reacted. We won't go into that, but possibly some things behind the scenes at Manchester United, because I just feel that we're now on United's fourth manager in a space of 6 or 7 years, something like that, and everyone.
That's your problem right there.
Everyone is saying the same thing, and even looking at, as you see the video uploaded later tonight about Ollie's press conference reaction, you can see that Ollie looks a bit frustrated, not frustrated, but flustered. When he's asked those sort of things.
But you know what the difference between Ollie and our other previous managers are that had to deal with Ed Woodward? Is they were all proven. They were all well-respected managers who came in with names and expectations. I feel like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is grateful to have just gotten this job.
Exactly,
and he's now a yes man.
I agree.
And he's basically doing what he has to do to keep Woodward and the Glazers happy in order to stay in his job. Let's be honest. We needed to spend more money this season. Honestly, I know we spent 140 odd. It's not gonna. You've got to be realistic. We're freaking Man United. We cannot be talking about finishing top 4. That's not Man United. That is literally not Man United. We can't be sitting here talking about are we gonna get top 4 over Chelsea or Arsenal. It's insane to even comprehend it.
I know where you come from. Like, that's the thing about Man United right now. They were in the same position Liverpool were in sort of like 10 years ago, where
but you had when you had Balotelli.
Strangely, that's actually when we were in an okay position. But like, it's hard to get players when you can't promise them Champions League football this season or the season after. So like it's really difficult. I think the Bruno Fernandes deal, for instance.
You should have got him, man.
That's it.
How do you not sign him?
That's the thing. You look at Bruno Fernandes, probably thinking to himself, okay, so I'm in a team right now that has Champions League football, and there are other teams interested in me that also have Champions League football. I'll just hold out. That's probably what he was thinking.
Hello, Coco. Sup? Yep, good to see you in the chat, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks. Ask away questions. Sorry.
The issue with the Bruno Fernandes deal is, according to the media, he genuinely wanted to come to Man United, but he wasn't our top priority.
Yeah, right.
I don't understand why he wouldn't be our top priority. He scored 30 odd goals and 15 or 16 assists. It's Portugal, but that's still quite an impressive achievement.
Yeah.
He looks like a decent player, and he looks like someone who can take
midfield.
He's central midfield, and he looks like someone who can take a bit of the weight off Pogba. I feel like there's too much pressure on Pogba. What we need to do, if I was Man United manager, I would get 2 central midfielders to sit behind Pogba to do all the dirty work, and just give Pogba a free role. First season, under Mourinho, Pogba created more chances than any other midfielder in the Premier League, and Ibrahimovic missed more chances than any striker in the Premier League. It just shows you how much Pogba was doing, but he was getting so little credit because we're not scoring goals. Our strikers weren't scoring their goals.
Yeah, I agree.
If you give him that free role and put someone up top, who's going to put his chances away? Pogba will get the recognition he deserves. But here's our biggest issue now, Jure. We haven't reinforced midfield. Old man G, sorry. Old man G. Here's our biggest problem. We haven't reinforced our midfield. We know Pogba wants to leave. This was our chance to change his mind. Next season, it's going to be the same thing again, except he's going to have 1 year left on his contract, and we don't have as much power to keep him. Yet we needed to sign a central midfielder before Herrera left. We needed to sign 2 after Herrera left. What's it gonna be like next season when Pogba wants to leave? Are we gonna sign 3 central midfielders?
Well, he could still leave this transfer window.
It's not over.
It's not over.
No.
Because,
That would be a suicide mission.
It would be
honestly.
suicide.
Who are you gonna bring in? What?
No. I mean,
Gomez.
if Madrid say,
I know, right?
if Madrid say, hey, take 150, 60
I'd say
million,
no, because
I would say no as well.
listen, old man G, it's not about money anymore in this transfer window. Listen.
I mean, we're the fans saying that we agree with that, but we're talking about Ed Woodward and the board here.
I know.
They're the ones that are in charge of making these decisions. So if they come and if it says Madrid say 160 million for Pogba, they will say yes.
What is 160 million in this transfer market? It's not as much money as it used to be. Let's be honest.
It can get your name up, probably.
I don't care what anyone says.
Sorry, I'm going to just quickly read some of the comments. Sorry, so first thing, Team Takage 1. My predictions: Liverpool first, City, Arsenal, then Spurs. So no Chelsea United. Heron basically saying, guys, can I give some suggestions? Can you lot check out the squad in summer 1991, 1992 and compare it with this 2019, 2020? I see you talking about the Manchester United squad. I mean, the class of 92. Can you compare? That's an interesting.
There's literally no player, maybe not even Pogba, that would get into that squad.
No.
I can't think of.
De Gea's got no chance against Schmeichel.
No.
I mean,
I don't know about that.
The only thing to say about De Gea is just that De Gea was playing in a worse team.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's playing in a worse team and yet still, if De Gea was not in Manchester United, where would United be?
Just it's Schmeichel's stature though. It's that
whole.
I
agree.
It's very intimidating.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you both a question. If Pogba was playing under Guardiola, do you think you'd be seeing the same Pogba?
No, I don't think so.
You'd be literally seeing the best midfielder in the world.
Yeah, you would.
Because look what he did with De Bruyne.
Ooh, 1991. Yeah, I will just check the squad there. Heron. So goals continue.
Because Pogba has everything about him to be the best midfielder in the world. He's fast. He's strong. He can shoot. He can pass. He can defend. He can go forward. He's got it all. The only thing that's missing are teammates around him who can provide that platform. Look how he plays for France. Look how he plays for Man United. It's the same argument. It's been going on for a few years. I know people are getting sick of it. People say he doesn't have passion. But imagine playing in a team that cannot get your full potential out of you. Every single player in Man United for the past 5-6 years appears to be crap. Martial, the second he became up for transfer, look at the clubs that wanted to sign him. Juventus, Bayern Munich, Chelsea. If he's linked with the best teams in Europe, what does that tell you about him as a player? I think our problem is our management. Our problem, it goes deeper than the management.
It's tough. I'd say it's tough for Martial because he was a young player. He playing in a different league. It does take the young players a couple of years to adjust to the pace of the Premier League. Not all of them, but
he scored 16 goals in his first season.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So So like. It didn't surprise me that he sort of dropped off under Mourinho a little bit because it wasn't really his sort of style of football.
Yeah, because Mourinho was trying to make him defend.
Just to go back to Heron's question, actually, with squad, I've actually got the full. So I'm just saying, because Michael, I've seen the list. I'm just going to read out the squad list of 1991. Heron, sorry, and then just after the guys. So actually, United's with 1991-92. Okay, was obviously had Peter Schmeichel in goal. Fine. In terms of defenders, we had Clayton Blackmore, but Steve Bruce, Dennis Irwin, who I think is one of United's best players of all time. In fact, should get into United 11. Gary Pallister, Ryan Giggs, Paul Ince, Mike Phelan, Brian Robson, brilliant. Lee Sharp, Andre Kanchelkis. Mark Hughes, Brian McClare, Mark Robbins, Danny Wallace, and obviously Sir Alex Ferguson was our manager. So it's different to 95, which is what Heron's point was. But compared to our squad now,
forget the squad now. Why has he gone to 91, 92? I mean, you're gonna compare. You've got to compare our team with 99 or the team of 2000.
Of course. But
that's not our best Man United team. There's some legends in there. The team of 1999, the team of 2008.
But I think this is Heron's point. I think it's the idea that there's some legends in there. Like, can you name before 1992 we're not perennial winners? Exactly. So before 1992 we're not perennial winners. But the fact is there were some legends there.
Right. Fine.
What are the legends now in our squad? You know, you can name even in the 1991 squad. Brian Robson for me, Owen, Peter Schmeichel, even Phelan, all the rest of it. 5, 6 already.
G. What's the difference between that team and this team? That team, top name is Sir Alex Ferguson. This team, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, mate. You've got to
I think that's the question.
That's the standout point. If Fergie was managing this team right now, do you think we'd be struggling the same way?
But again,
listen, Ferguson won the league with Tom Cleverley in central midfield.
But bear in
what
mind
does that tell you?
Ferguson's first season was actually really awful, and potentially they could have sacked him after that season. They could have, but they didn't.
But football was different back then. Football was about football, not about business. That's where things differ now.
Okay, thanks everyone that's watching. Appreciate it, guys. Let's go in. Okay, because we can talk Manchester United. This is Premier League fans. We want to get everyone involved. So we had a brief. Same with you, Hayden, as well. So Heron and Coco, Brian Robson equals Steven Gerrard up to that point. I do agree. If you watch old school Brian Robson, I certainly agree with that statement. Right, we are now how many minutes into this? Geez, we're 37 minutes into it. So as we just sort of begin to wrap up, and again, thanks everyone who's listening right now. Appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. We're gonna basically just do a brief. We're gonna just go through each individual upcoming fixture this weekend. I know Liverpool are playing now. I think everyone would have said Liverpool would have won anyway, and they're currently winning 4-0. But we're gonna go for the other fixtures, and we're just gonna go around and see what people's prediction, maybe brief reason as to why. It shouldn't take too long because we've got a lot to go through. So first prediction. Let me just get it up because I thought so we just go around. Actually, why don't we just go around? Sean, meet you. Sorry, West Ham versus Manchester City.
Yeah. I got a nice easy one. It's just I think City are going to hit the ground running. I mean, I saw some of their games in the pre-season. They look sharp. They look good. So do I have to give a score or just
give score prediction?
I'll go. I can't see West Ham even getting a goal. I don't reckon West Ham are going to score.
Okay.
No, so I'm going to go 3-0 City. Comfortable 3-0.
3-0 City away. Okay, fine. Okay. Cool. Okay. Hayden, we'll go to you actually. Crystal Palace, Everton.
I think I can see Everton winning this because Wilfried Zaha currently he's not playing for Crystal Palace.
He's not.
I think. Well, that's what I've heard. I think he's pretty much refusing to play now because he didn't leave in the transfer window.
Fine.
And Everton have, they've done well in the transfer window. They've added where they needed to add, and I think they'll get off to a good start here. I'm going to go 2-1 Everton.
No, that was excellent tactics by Everton. They managed to disgruntle the player who could have hurt them the most.
No, I agree. So score prediction?
2-1, he said.
2-1. Who do you think will score the goals? I'll add that actually.
I think Richarlison will get 1.
Okay.
And I think maybe the new signing, Andre Gomez, if he starts,
okay,
I think he will get a goal.
Fine. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Mustafa, this is a bit of a tricky one actually. Burnley versus Southampton. Burnley at home. Southampton. Burnley versus Southampton, mate. What do you think?
Does anyone care? No, honestly, I think it's gonna end up like 1-1 or something like that. I think it's a reasonable. I think Southampton.
We struggled against Burnley last season.
Yeah, we did, but I think Southampton came off a poor season last season. They just survived the relegation battle. I think they probably had a kick up the backside. I think
Ashley Barnes, Chris Wood, those were guys, dogged guys who
I know, but
good.
I mean, I don't know if I could be. I think it's very tough because at the beginning of this season, teams play more cautiously. The form tends to be. I mean, it's the average teams that tend to be stronger at the beginning of the season and more difficult to beat because they haven't had recent fixtures giving them positivity or negativity going into their games. It's like first game of the season, we're starting fresh. Let's do this.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Burnley had a really terrible season as well last season.
They did, but not like Southampton.
Well, no, the thing is,
the season before that, they were the best of the rest.
They started very well the season before that.
The thing with Southampton though is that they did change the manager midway through the season. They actually played a lot better.
They did play.
See, the nature of the football was very much, and I remember them specifically coming to Old Trafford. And what was that guy called? Ward-Prowse scoring an amazing two amazing free kicks. He's their free kick specialist.
Not to mention you've got Nathan Redmond as well.
Exactly.
And I feel like he's a strong. I remember his performance against City, and Pep Guardiola went up to him at the end of the game and started speaking to him, and everyone was like, "Oh shit, what's he saying? What's he saying?" And apparently he said to Redmond that you play so well.
Yeah.
You need to get on the ball more and have more confidence. I feel like he's a good player. He can hurt Burnley, but Burnley. Depends who's going to be in goal for them, to be fair.
Well, the thing is, they sold Tom Heaton to Villa.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand because Tom Heaton was their best keeper. So
do you reckon,
I think Southampton will do it.
Joe Hart back in goal.
Jeez, man. I don't know who they're stuck, but for me, as soon as Tom Heaton came back into that goal, Burnley survived. Now that Tom Heaton is at Villa, who have been making rounds in terms of spending tons of money. That was a very good steal by them. I just think that...
Can I just remind everyone of the time where Piers Morgan said that Joe Hart was a better keeper than De Gea? That's hilarious.
Man. Yeah, that was good having you chat here again. Appreciate it. Right. Going on to the next fixture now. Again, guys, post your comments in the chat as well for what your predictions are. I missed OJ. Watford Brighton. Watford Brighton.
It's going to be a massacre.
Oh, did you actually give us a score prediction, Mustafa?
1-1.
1-1. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, Watford Brighton. OJ. It's going to be a massacre to who?
Watford. Watford's going to deal with Brighton.
Okay.
I predict 4-0.
4-0?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Why do you think Brighton will lose that badly?
Because Brighton, they kind of have, they have a new manager now.
Okay.
Who's not experienced also. He came from, is it the Swedish league or something?
Okay.
Or Swiss league or something. He's English though. But I think, he played in the Europa League against Arsenal. Last season, but the Premier League is a different animal, and I feel like Rudy Garcia will build on what the work he did with Watford last season.
Okay.
So it's going to be like an improving team versus basically a new team.
Who do you think will score the goals?
Okay, I think Delphi will have 2.
Okay.
I think. What's the striker's name again? Dini will have 1. I think Dokore will have 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Ahmed, man. Next thing. This might be interesting. Might be a bit challenging for you actually. Bournemouth against Sheffield United.
That is quite challenging actually.
What?
Straightforward.
Bournemouth. What did they do last season?
No, it's tough. It's tough.
Callum Wilson is going to.
Callum Wilson's a great striker. Yeah. I rate him. I've got him in my fantasy league.
I feel Bournemouth.
Me too.
Dropped I don't know much about
Sheffield United
yet to make a good guess. But guessing, I think it would be a narrow win for Bournemouth.
Okay.
Maybe a 1-0.
The issue with the newly promoted teams is. This is a bad time to say it because Norwich are 4-0 down. But genuinely speaking, they're so tough to beat at the beginning of the season. You don't want to meet them at the beginning of the season. You want to wait till their player morale just plummets and they've had a few games where they've not been successful. And that's when you want to play them. because
they're on a high, like they've just been
they've just
excited.
been promoted.
Yeah.
They want to prove they can run with the big boys. They're in the Premier League now. They're going to do their best.
Those boys were too big.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately,
They try to attack.
but we still got hope Van Dijk will get injured.
I think the Norwich. To be fair to them, they did come out attacking. They wanted. It looked like they wanted to hurt Liverpool at the beginning, and then once the second and third goal went in, they just retreated. And
It was a bad idea though.
It was. They should have, if they played the way they were towards the end of the first half. Liverpool found it a lot harder.
Oh, you guys should have a live cam. That is the plan in the future. That is the plan in the future. Definitely. Home. We should have it up on here. That is the plan.
Can I ask you a question now?
Yeah.
Do you reckon Salah will get top goal scorer again this year?
He scored tonight, and
he assisted.
it just came up with a statistic. He scored 6 goals in seven Premier League appearances. That was his 6th goal. So he didn't have as good as a season last season as he did the season before, but he was still doing well.
Okay.
And now that was a great goal that he scored today. It was a really tight finish.
Do you not fear him and Mane will burn out?
Well, they didn't last season. Like last season, they just managed to.
Or the season before that.
Yeah,
I know, but this season they've been playing for national countries, so they've been playing all summer. Okay, Salah got knocked out relatively early, but Mane and Firmino made it to the final. Firmino won it. Mane lost in the finals, didn't he? So they've been playing. That's why Mane's not in the lineup today. Firmino is though, which surprised me a little bit.
Mane was warming up just a second ago, so I reckon he'll make an appearance today. I don't know. I think that Klopp, he normally in pre-season, especially, he's shown that he's gonna play a lot of youth. So there's Brewster, Wilson. Actually, Wilson went out on loan.
Yeah, he's got
Brewster. So he'll give them chances in the cup games. Give the big boys a bit of a rest.
I've got an interesting point for you.
So before we discuss, we should just wrap up these Premier League fixtures. So what was your prediction for Bournemouth versus
1-0 for Bournemouth?
And who to score the goal?
Wilson. I guess.
Callum Wilson. Okay, fine. Okay, so we'll go back to. You've done one for each, have you?
I did one.
Yes,
I did
okay.
City. Yeah.
So go back to Hayden. Hayden, can you hear me? Yeah, cool, awesome. So score prediction for the next fixture: Tottenham versus Villa.
Well, as good a side Aston Villa are, I can only see Tottenham winning this one just because they've got the quality of Aston Villa, and I think maybe Aston Villa will maybe put up a challenge in the first half, but I would see them just falling behind second half. Maybe I could see this.
Villa have spent 150 million this transfer window.
150 million. Where are they getting this money from? Can they loan Man United from?
So they mean business.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
So go on, Hayden. Go on.
Alright, I'm gonna say 2-0 to Tottenham.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Heung-min Son.
Okay.
And Harry Kane.
Ooh,
to get the goals.
I'm going to correct you on Son because Son is suspended. Son is suspended for 2 games because he got sent off, if you recall, against who was it again? Brighton? I can't remember. Last game of the season where everyone Spurs ended with 9 players because they got 2 red cards or something like that. So he's suspended. So if anyone puts Son in their fantasy football team, bad idea, guys. Go on, Aiden.
Just your.
I'll go Ericsson.
Ericsson. Fine. Okay. We'll keep on just ploughing through these. So almost mentioned. So, Micho, Leicester City versus Wolves.
That might actually be a good game.
It will be.
Yeah, that'll be a good game. I think.
I feel for Leicester's defence now.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Telemans.
Okay.
I think he's quality. I think he's like.
I think we should have signed him.
Yeah, he's a quality player. So I think it'll be tight. Maybe low scoring, like 2-0, 1-0 to Leicester maybe. And maybe Yuri Telemann scoring a goal. And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just 1-0. 1-0 to Leicester. Telemann scoring a goal.
Fair enough. 1-0 to Leicester. Wolves tend to only really step up against the big teams.
They dealt with Man United last year.
They did deal with Man United last year. They did.
They dealt with all the big teams.
They did.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think if they'd actually played City in the FA Cup final, Wolves have had a better chance than Watford did.
I'll rate Wolves. So I think their manager's very clever. He's perfected counter-attacking football.
Their midfield is better than I would say United's midfield
Do you know
as
what?
well.
One
in
other player I
defence.
would have been happy if we signed, Ruben Neves. I would have taken him in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
He will complement Pogba big time.
Yeah.
Honestly, Tillmans as well. He would have been a great signing. Their squad is so strong though.
Yeah.
If you look at some of these players, honestly, I mean, you've got Jimenez up front as well.
Yeah.
That guy can score.
Jota
doesn't stop running, does he?
And now they've signed Patrick Cutrone.
Yeah, from AC Milan. How? We're struggling to attract people from Swansea. They've got people coming from AC Milan.
Our club. Right, last two prediction games. So we'll actually go to Ahmed here. Newcastle away. Newcastle versus Arsenal. Prediction.
I was more optimistic about this game maybe a couple of days ago, but I know Ozil and Kolasinac are not playing.
Okay.
Due to the ongoing security issues after they were
stabbed.
Right. Okay. I
the
see.
recent encounter in the London street. Apparently, the intruders know where they live and have made new threats. So it's a dicey situation for them. So they're not going to play. I think I feel that's kind of going to affect the morale of the whole team.
Okay.
I know Lacazette and Pepe are big doubts at the minute.
Is Pepe a doubt as well?
Yeah.
But Lacazette,
it's fitness issues, I think.
yeah, no, but Lacazette's back from injury now.
Yeah, I
You
think
guys are
it's
playing
about
against-
whether they're fit or not.
But I mean, I'm not interjecting it, but Ahmed, you guys are playing against a Newcastle side that basically have lost Rafa Benitez, that have sold arguably two of their best. Well, they sold one of their best players. They didn't get Rondon, who's now gone to China. They themselves, they've got a new manager in Steve Bruce, who, let's be honest, got Hull and Sunderland relegated. Sorry, Hayden, but he did. So. Are you not saying that Arsenal can't beat Newcastle?
This is an away game, and let's not forget the Andy Carroll effect. He might give them a bit of a boost. I'm hoping for a 1-0 victory for us.
Okay.
I don't see him playing with his injuries, to be honest.
Okay. The only thing I say on this point is that Arsenal's away record was probably one of, if not the worst of all the Premier League sides last season. I don't think there was even. How many games did you actually win away from home?
I think in the away table we were 10th, if I'm not mistaken.
You're almost. There were some teams in the relegation
At one
that
point we were
Yeah.
relegation. If you took just the away games.
I think because you beat Watford away, but let's be honest, that was because Troy Deeney was stupid and got a red card, and even at 1-0, they were still peppering you. But okay. So score prediction 1-0. Who's to score it?
I'm gonna go for Aubameyang.
Okay. Fine. So we're gonna save the best till last, and we'll probably end the stream there, guys. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. Really appreciate it. Manchester United versus Chelsea, 4:30 at Sunderland. OJ will go first, and what he thinks the score will be, and then we'll give it to some stuff, and then we'll end. So OJ, score predictions. Why? What's gonna happen? So United versus Chelsea.
2-1.
To who?
United.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
Yes.
Why'd you say that?
Couple of reasons. One, Zuma and Christensen are playing together for the first time.
Okay.
So there's no understanding yet.
Okay.
And that would be a problem.
Okay.
We haven't got. I'm not confident of us scoring more than one goal.
Okay.
As Chelsea, because I don't know who's starting, either Batshuayi or Abraham. If it's Abraham, it doesn't inspire confidence. If it's Batshuayi, he's a hit and miss. So it all depends also. But for Man U, Martial has got his number 9 back.
Yes.
So that will be some sort of a boost for him.
Yeah, for sure.
Rashford is a clinical finisher, and I think he will capitalize on the confusion that will definitely occur between Zuma and Christensen. What else? Yeah, Wan-Bissaka is going to have a field day with Pulisic. Oh yes. Except Pulisic talks in. Except that if he's going to play out wide all game, he's not going to have a good game. I don't know what Pedro will bring, or Pedro can bring magic or bring disaster. I don't know. And Willian also can just be very frustrating. As for midfield, we don't know if Kante is starting. So that's where I don't trust Jorginho with the, screening defense. So everything Chelsea's just a bit disorganized, leaky defense, not so great attack.
You've got Frank Lampard now. Frank Lampard, the young manager, the Chelsea, the hero to come back and.
I give him 2 seasons before he can make a really big impact.
He won't last 2 seasons.
Okay.
I'll bet you anything it doesn't. This is not.
Bring it. So just you said score between 2 and 4. We've got 2 and stuff with 2 and who's to score the goals?
I think for Chelsea, who scored the goal? I think Pulisic might score the goal. It's either Pulisic or whoever starts. It's either Pulisic or Barkley or Mason Mount.
Okay.
I'll score the goal for Chelsea. And for Man U, I think Rashford and Martial or Martial too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Gustavo, do you want to tune in on what predictions? What you think?
Martial likes playing against Chelsea, doesn't he? Because he scores against Chelsea fans fear him. No, I don't think Lampard's going to last 2 seasons.
Okay.
I mean, come on, man. Abramovich he's not patient enough for when they finish 2nd or 3rd, let alone when they finish 6th or 7th, which is very much a possibility this year.
Okay.
Just listening to him talk about who's going to be up front for them this year. How have you gone from Diego Costa to Mason Mount? Come on.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Well,
You see what I'm saying? Pulisic is a good signing. He's a good signing and he's a good player. He's still young, he's quick, he's very quick. He's got a good left foot, he's a good dribbler. His finishing's not tremendous, but he's still a good player. He's not good enough to replace Hazard, but he's still young.
He's 20, but it feels like he's been playing forever though.
But yeah, because
no one is good enough to replace Hazard.
Well, that's the thing.
No one.
But I think what Chelsea have done with Hazard is what Man United are doing with Pogba right now, where you've got a player who is world class, who, if you put the wrong people around him, can really take your team to the next level. But they just haven't reinforced the players around him.
What I would say on the Hazard thing though is like, and I'm gonna say this and guys listening, like watch this as well, watch this space, is that Real Madrid is still gonna suck with or without Hazard this season. Real Madrid, they will, because Real Madrid, like I would argue Manchester United, have not reinforced in the right areas.
Yeah.
They needed to strengthen their midfield because frankly, Casemiro, Toni Kroos and Modric, they just don't have it yet. And Sergio Ramos is old now, so they haven't changed that. I think anyway.
They won 3 Premier Leagues with that midfield though.
Huh? And they got battered by Ajax last season at the Bernabeu.
but you're forgetting that midfield had Cristiano Ronaldo in front of them.
Yeah, and they were 15. They were at least 20. I think it was 20 points behind Barcelona in the Liga this season. 20. I think it was 20 points.
Madrid decided midfielder this season.
Sorry?
I mean, they sold quite a lot of midfielders.
Yeah.
They loaned out Ceballos.
They signed a striker. That they didn't reinforce him.
They signed Van den Beek.
They didn't sign Van
Not
den
yet.
They're going to sign
Well, they
him.
might sign him.
Yeah,
possibly. But I still think that they. I know it's going to be. I think it's just.
Loaning out Ceballos is a bad idea though.
The point.
Loaning out Ceballos, selling Llorente.
Zidane doesn't like him for some reason. I don't.
No, Ceballos has attitude issues.
I'm interested to know what happens with the whole Bale situation.
He's going to stay.
He's clashed with Casillas. He's clashed with I think
Bale as well.
He's going to stay.
He's clashed with Zidane also.
With Bale, is a damn clash with Bale as well.
No, he's talking about Ceballos.
Bro, the Bale issue is just
It's odd,
It's crazy.
but it tells you where he's at right now.
I
because
think it's Bale's fault.
Let's we're on the stream. Let's go back to the
so back to Man United Chelsea.
So score prediction for United Chelsea.
I also was going to say 2-1, but now because my colleague here said 2-1, I will not be a copycat.
Okay.
And I'm going to say either 3-1 or 1-0.
Okay, who's scoring the goals?
Man United win both predictions.
So 3-1, 1-0. Go on.
I'll tell you what it is. If Chelsea go,
go for it. Come on.
Man United. I'll tell you who's going to score. I wanted to say 2-1 because I think that's a realistic goal. I think we'll score 2 goals first, and then Chelsea will score 1 after us.
Okay.
Or, I think that who's going to score? Martial's got a goal in him.
Okay. So what?
Martial's still got a point to prove. I think he's young. He's hungry. He's now in a squad where he can actually shine because he can actually play up front, and he's got his number 9 back. He's not in Ibrahimovic or Lukaku's shadow anymore.
Yeah, okay.
I think surprise package Mason Greenwood will score tomorrow.
Fair enough. Okay.
It's gonna happen.
Okay.
It's gonna happen.
Is he going to play though?
Yeah, he'll play.
Okay.
If he doesn't start, he's coming on. I'm telling you, I will not be surprised if he starts as well. He's looked good in pre-season.
So
and he's fearless.
So goals to Martial, Mason Greenwood.
Yeah.
You think those will be the 2 who score the 3 goals?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I see Solskjaer investing in youth this season, which is a good and a bad thing.
I mean, my opinion on that is that I hope you're right, because he's got to. And the only thing for me that would annoy me with Solskjaer manager is that because we have all these young players throughout the club now, but none of them are going out on loan. My only concern would be that it says, right, despite the fact we have these young players, they stay on the bench and we just stick with playing deadwood. So, for example, if Lindelof or Maguire injured, I want to see Twansibi coming in. Or Smalling, okay, fair enough. If we've got injury in the midfield, okay, then fine, give it to Garner or whatever. If you're going to still play Matic, you're still going to play Matip, you're still going to play Ashley Young, you're still going to play Phil Jones, you're still going to bring those players back.
This is something that irritated me about Solskjaer.
That's a manager thing.
What did he say last season? I will be successful here, and some of these players won't be here to witness it.
Yeah.
Yet, who's he sold?
And the thing is that
It's not all in his hands, is it?
Pardon? I don't think it's not in his hands. But I think the thing is the manager does pick the team at the end of the day.
No.
The only thing I would probably give him is Sanchez, because he's probably been told from above that this guy's getting paid 300, 400 minutes. You have to play him because he can't just be sitting on the bench.
But you know what?
That makes sense.
I think
Phil Jones playing doesn't make sense.
I think Sanchez might come good this season. I know it is ridiculous to say. I know no one wants to agree, but you don't understand. Now that Lukaku's gone, and we have this void in up front, there's a void that several players will want to fill. Do you know what I mean? It gives more players time on the ball. Because when we had Lukaku, you'd launch the ball up to him, you'd have the first touch of a baby elephant. It would either end up with the other team or back to our defence.
How many goals did Lukaku score last season? How many goals did Sanchez score? Even assist last season?
But Sanchez didn't play regularly. Don't get me wrong, he's past it. I agree with you 100%.
And he's been paid £350,000 a week.
He's past it. But now that we're gonna have either Rashford or Martial. No, listen to my logic, yeah.
Okay.
We'll
be ending the stream soon, guys. Yeah, but
listen to this logic.
Yeah.
Now that we've got either Rashford, Mason Greenwood, or Martial up front, yeah, and Solskjaer wants to play a pressing game where we're not just sitting back and letting teams attack us. You've got 3 people up top who are quick. Don't get me wrong, Lukaku is not slow. But his football is very, very slow.
Yeah, okay.
Lukaku needs 3 touches to get the ball under control and then lift his head up and see what's going on.
Fine.
Rashford, Martial, Sanchez, they can all play flicks and move, pass and move, pass and move.
Okay.
I think our attack will be more productive this way.
Okay.
The only issue we have is we don't have someone who can hold the ball up.
Okay.
So we need to adapt our style of play to play a bit more ticky-tacky, more faster pass and move type of football. I hate to say it, but kind of like Arsenal used to play, or kind of like Liverpool play now. Just more direct, quicker football. We didn't do that last season. Even under Mourinho, Lukaku would hold the ball up and then we'd lose possession. Okay. Now that he's been taken out there, don't get me wrong, I feel if we played a different way, we could have got the best out of Lukaku and he could have been one of the best strikers up front in the Premier League. But we just didn't know how to get the best out of him. I think you've removed something that disrupts the flow of our attack.
Okay.
And I suspect our players will do better going forward now.
Fair enough. Okay, well, I think that's it. That's our show, guys. Thank you all for listening and tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. Not as big a turnout as I thought, but for those who were watching, really, really do appreciate it. We will hopefully be back like Sunday evenings-ish, regularly-ish, maybe every so often. We'll try. We'll get at least a bunch of guys and just try and earn. And probably we'll be actually reviewing the game. So we'll be sort of reviewing the scores and discussing it as opposed to doing a preview just in terms of time and stuff. Just a quick shout out, Hayden. Shout out your channel again.
It's just my name, Hayden Potts. Just search it up and it should come up on the top few channels. And yeah, as I said before, just if you want to see good quality videos, then that's the place to go.
Cool, appreciate it. Yes, please, there'll be a link in the description of this video, guys. It's Sunderland AFC. They need as much support at this point as well, guys. So really appreciate it and really appreciate me having you on the show as well, Hayden. Hopefully we can make this a regular thing. I've got another shout as well, sorry, man.
Couple of shout outs just to my favourite WhatsApp group, man. Abdul Wahab, what's going on, man? Don't use your wild card against me in Fantasy League this year. I repeat, do not use your wild card against me. This guy cost me the league last year. He's beat me using his wild card. Shout out to the Sabo Familia and to all my boys. To the ISFL. I'm coming for that title next year. Say less. That's our FIFA league, by the way.
Right, and the feature your channel, sorry?
Yep, it's just Famincho. So it's a bit of a weird one. It's a Japanese name. It's the Japanese name for insomniac. I'm not an insomniac. I sleep very well. It's ironic, but yeah, it's FUMI. Oh, sorry, I was just caught up on the match there. FUMII NSHO.
Cool. Appreciate it, guys, and the links will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned and cheers.
Goodbye.
Bye, Hayden.
Peace.
Ooh.